Yes, I am aware Philip Rivers has 9 kids. His family can field an entire football team. Oh, I didn't see you there. Well, you can see we're in the studio this week, and that means it's time for the least problematic version of SNL that will come to your TV this week. Sports Not Live!
Folks, you've probably heard of fantasy football, and here at NUTV Sports, we are making something big happen this year. A lot of content coming your way about our fantasy football league. 12 members of NUTV all drafted a team earlier before the season started, and they're going head-to-head. We've already had some drama. We've had some upsets. We've had some big wins. We've had some trash talking, and then more trash talking, and then memes about the trash talk, and that's pretty much the whole gist of the sport. If you don't know what fantasy football is, you take a team of random NFL players, see how many points, yards, touchdowns, etc. they get. You put your team against other teams in a given week of the NFL, and you see who wins. So far, we're 2 weeks into the season. We're going to let Liv give you a little bit of an update on how things are going so far. And stay tuned, because there's going to be plenty more content coming from our fantasy football league.
All right, folks, we're 2 weeks into the NFL season, and you know what that means. People are injured. Hi, I'm Dr. Zach MD, here to bring you the updates on all the injuries going on around the National Football League. A lot of bad things happening. We're going to go through a bunch of them. First thing that happened, Drew Brees broke his hand, an injury to his throwing hand. He'll be out for a while. As a Michael Thomas fantasy owner, this really hurts for me. It's really not great. But hopefully he'll be back soon. We're rooting for you, Drew. In other news, Big Ben Roethlisberger also going down with a non-contact injury to his elbow. He is out for the season. That's gotta hurt. Sam Darnold, QB of the New York Jets, is out with mono. And if you don't know what mono means, buckle up. You see, mono, also known as the kissing disease, you know, Sam Darnold, he's a guy, you know, he's a young guy. He's gone for a while. In other news of the Jacksonville Jaguars, Big Dick Nick, who was really, in the 5 minutes that he played, he really showed that he was the missing piece of the Jacksonville Jaguars. He could have done great things for the organization if he didn't go down week 1 with a broken clavicle. Bringing in a man just as good, if not with even more meme potential, in the one and only Gardner Minshew. We'll go more in detail on him later. Lastly, in other news, Eli Manning suffered an injury to his career when he was benched this week in favor of Daniel Jones. And as a Giants fan, I'm all aboard this new Daniel Jones hype train. Well, for all the injuries around the league, I'm Dr. Zach MD, signing out.
Welcome to This Week in Backup Quarterbacks, the segment where we shine the light on the unsung heroes of the NFL, backup quarterbacks. A disastrous game from Carson Wentz saw the return of that guy you're sure you've seen in a cable drama, Josh McCown. McCown went 3 for 5, throwing for 24 yards, before Wentz decided that it was time to hog the spotlight for himself again. Seriously, Wentz did not even give his backup a drive before he decided, nope, it's time to do the Carson Wentz show again. So why did Carson Wentz do this, forcing himself back into a game that his backup had under control? It's easy. He is insecure. After his last backup got the name Big Dick Nick, Carson Wentz feels like he might not measure up as much, and so he feels like he has to throw all of the touchdowns to prove that he is actually the quarterback for the Philadelphia Eagles. It's really a little bit sad if you think about it. Another name to watch out for the Saints with Drew Brees on the sidelines is Taysom Hill, who is actually the player that makes my dumb brain think, hey, that's Drew Brees, because he himself is very tall and white, and 7 looks a lot like 9 on an NFL jersey. They look very similar in pads, but then the second he throws a football, my brain says to me, you fool, that is not Drew Brees. That pass is a duck, and then I feel stupid, and I cannot support a quarterback that makes me feel stupid, and that means a lot coming from me because I have supported Eli Manning for about 15 years now. But Taysom Hill might get some playtime for the Saints with Drew Brees on the sidelines. And finally, our main event, the boozy uncle of them all. You hear that, folks? That's the slithering of the garden snake, because it is time to talk about Gardner Minshew. Gardner Minshew, the thing we have to talk about here is that he was a star before he ever played a down in the NFL. From his majestic mustache, to his incredible suit selection getting off the plane, to his habit of stretching naked in his team's locker room every week before games. I mean, that's just dedication. Gardner Minshew, he is a man that embodies Northern Florida in every sense of the word. He could not do it more if he tried, and really it looks like he is trying. He looks like a man who rips Marlboro Reds on the sideline between drives, and he looks like a man whose Gatorade bottle is full of Busch Light, and he plays quarterback with that exact same energy, and that is why he is my new favorite player in the NFL. This weekend he got the ball with 1 minute left in the fourth quarter. The Jags needed a touchdown to tie or win the game, and having no help around him, and then Gardner Minshew made some magic. He swashbuckled his way down the field, slicing and dicing the Texans defense, capping it off with a beautiful throw to the back of the end zone for a touchdown pass to DJ Chark. And then, as someone who put money on the Jaguars, I was very excited at this point because I actually thought they were going to pull off the upset against the Texans. When Jags coach Doug Marrone left the offense on the field, he decided to go for 2 points to win the game, and I thought he was going to give the ball back to Gardner Minshew, except he didn't. Marrone decided to give the ball to Leonard Fournette and run directly into the center of a really good Texans D-line. The 2-point conversion failed, and the star that is Gardner Minshew was prevented from shining for another week. That wraps it up for this week in Backup Quarterbacks. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for next week in Backup Quarterbacks.
Liv, the Commissioner here, giving you an urgent update on Season 2 of NUTV Sports and Friends Fantasy League. Currently, co-director Courtney LaPointe is in total control of first place. She's currently undefeated at 2-0.
Yes!
Okay. The majority of the league is 1-1, myself included, after a very disappointing loss to co-director Pearl Strand's team.
Sorry about it.
Yeah. In last place is Becca Hess of Entertainment and her team Boston, who's Becca Stan at 0-2, but there's a very long season ahead of us. There's plenty of time for things to change entirely around, and as Michael said earlier, plenty of time for lots of content. So this past week, though, the most intense mashup was probably that of You Know I Had to Do It to M, managed by Emma and Gallinera, and Baseball Better, managed by Michael Henshaw. So that game went down to the wire. It was a 5-point game going into the Sunday night game, which was between the Eagles and the Falcons. Each manager had one guy in that IRL game, so it was very intense. And now here to talk about it with me is the manager of Baseball Better, Michael Henshaw.
Thank you.
Now, firstly, Michael, I'd like to ask, what is with that name for your team?
Oh, baseball's the superior sport. If you don't know,
You motherfucker.
I mean, okay, yeah, sure. People, not everybody's gonna be able to sit and watch baseball, but you sit and watch. How many commercial breaks you have during a football game? Like people always talk about baseball being slow.
Okay,
It's just so boring.
We only have so much time.
Sorry.
That's fine.
Yeah.
So what happened in this game?
Well, I was really worried. I didn't feel good about some of my players. My running back fumbled on the one on first and goal.
Oh my God.
But it was coming down to the very last game. It was the Falcons. I had Julio Jones.
Okay.
Emma had Alshon Jeffrey. But Alshon Jeffrey put up 0 points because he got hurt and did not play.
Yeah.
So I lucked out. I was really worried about going 0-2 because, I came into this league. I was thinking, I know how to play fantasy football. I think I can win. I went 0-1.
Talking lots of shit as well.
Oh, yeah. I mean, but I won the game. So now I'm going to go 12-1, and I'll see you in the finals.
Me?
I'll see someone in the
Okay.
finals.
Well, me. All right. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Please go.
Bye.
Thanks. And now to discuss the rest of the league, we have Zach.
Hello.
MD.
Hello again. MD, yes.
Careful getting in that chair. You're a little careful.
I made it. We're good.
So how's it been so far? First 2 weeks? How's it going?
Pretty good, Got a dub the first week. Week
yeah.
2 was not very good.
Yeah, same.
Not, gonna admit, little salty.
Yeah.
Went against our current leader, Courtney. Had a very good week. Was riding high after Thursday Night Football with Chris Godwin putting up a solid performance.
Mm-hmm.
But then that Pats D, man, that
It comes
35
for all of us.
35 points from a defense. Wow. I'm the salt levels are off the charts right now, and as a Giants fan, and they're not getting any lower.
Well, there's still lots of time for you and for me, for everyone.
Yeah.
We'll bring Courtney down as a league, I feel like.
Oh yeah.
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 It'll
I'm
be good.
rooting for you guys.
Okay, yeah, I'm rooting for you as well.
Thank you.
Best of luck to you.
I'll see you in the finals.
Guys, you heard it here first. Liv the Commissioner, which is also my team name. I know it's amazing. We're going to the finals, so stay tuned for this space to see me on my journey to the finals.
Sports Not Live!
Is that what this is called? Red light blinking. We're live.